Okay. And we're rolling.
Take one.
Come on, class. Let's sit down. Jonathan's going to tell us a story. It's story time. Come on. Indian style over here. Jonathan, you can sit here. Hey. Be nice.
Hello,
Stop
children.
it.
Tell everybody, he's going to tell a story about minding your manners. That's another
Oh, okay. So Jonathan's going to tell a story about minding your manners. Okay.
So be good.
Okay.
Hello, children. I will be reading Eliza, Mind Your Manners.
Would you like to say hi to Mr. Jonathan? Hi, Mr.
Say hi, Jonathan.
Hi, Jonathan!
Hello. Once upon a time, there was a poor girl named Eliza who lived in England. She didn't know a thing about manners. She spoke with a harsh accent.
Stop it, class. Jonathan's reading. Be nice.
She spoke with a harsh accent, never saying please or thank you. With no friends or family to turn to, she had to make a living for herself. Is everybody paying attention?
Hey, class, pay attention.
One stormy night while selling flowers, Eliza met two men, Mr. Higgins and Colonel Pickering. Mr. Higgins was a very smart but sometimes a very rude man. He knew all about manners and speaking well. He even taught English to others. But sometimes even Mr. Higgins himself forgot to use manners. Colonel Pickering was a kind gentleman who also taught English. Mr. Higgins, Pickering, and Eliza would soon become great friends.
Hold on, Jonathan, 1 second. Do you want to sit in timeout? Okay, stop it. Mind your manners.
Anyway, the very next day, Eliza went to Mr. Higgins' house. "I'm here for my lessons, and I'm willing to pay for them," said Eliza. Higgins and Pickering just looked at each other in surprise for a few seconds until Higgins finally said, "Will you be saying please anytime soon, Miss Eliza Doolittle?" blurted out Eliza. Before Higgins could even finish his sentence, Mr. Higgins and Pickering realized that this was the girl from the night before trying to sell them flowers. "It would be a tough job," said Pickering. "In fact, I bet you can't even do it, Higgins." Higgins chuckled and said, "You're on, Pick." That was his nickname for Pickering. Miss Pierce, the housekeeper, took all of Eliza's old, dirty clothes and burned them in a fireplace. She made sure Eliza had new clothes, new shoes, and good food to eat. Before she knew it, Eliza had moved into the Higgins home and began her lessons. Now it was time to teach Eliza some manners. One day, Mr. Higgins was getting upset at Eliza for not saying words correctly, so he yelled, making Eliza cry. "I'm going home," cried Eliza, wiping her tears on her sleeve. Mr. Higgins kindly offered his handkerchief to her and said, "This is your handkerchief, and that is your sleeve. Don't mistake one for the other if you wish to become a lady." Eliza eventually stopped crying and kept on with her lessons. "Eliza, mind your manners," was always heard around the Higgins household. Working hard every day, Eliza got better and better. Higgins and Pickering were very proud of their progress, and they decided they needed to give Eliza a test. So they took her with Miss Higgins to Mr. Higgins' mother, who was a very proper lady. Eliza did very well with talking about the weather. She even kept up with many conversations. When she got off track, all it took was a gentle whisper from Colonel Pick saying, "Eliza, mind your manners." Finally, on the day of her final test, the two gentlemen took Eliza to a ball. There she was to speak with royalty. Eliza felt confident, knowing just the proper things to say. All that was left was to see if she could mind her manners. Eliza performed perfectly at the ball. She was even compared to a duchess, which is the highest of all compliments. When they got home from the ball, Eliza looked upset. Higgins and Pickering were so busy going on and on about their success in teaching her that they completely ignored her. And at this time, they taught her please, thank you, and excuse me. Now it was their turn to thank her, but they had seemed to have forgotten all about minding their own manners. Later that night, Pickering went to bed as Eliza sat by herself in the office. She felt so lonely. Even with the success of her training, she was sad and discouraged because of the way that Mr. Higgins and Pickering had treated her that night. Just when Eliza felt her worst, Higgins yelled out, "Eliza, turn off the lights and give me my slippers." Eliza, not being able to control herself, quickly snapped back, "Get them yourself, Higgins!" Higgins was confused, and he could not understand why Eliza would behave this way.
Get them yourself, Higgins.
Eliza began to cry, Mr. Higgins realized that he had been very rude to her all night. Mr. Higgins called Pickering downstairs so that they both could apologize to Eliza for treating her so badly. "Now, Eliza, would you please turn off the lights and hand me my slippers?" said Higgins with a smile. "Why, certainly, Mr. Higgins," responded Eliza with a wink. And they all went off to bed. The end.
Great job, Jonathan. Let me give you a sticker. I should take some stickers of my car.
Yes, thank you.
Don't forget to show the
Oh,
monkey.
yeah, the end.
That is too cute.
All right, hold on.
Okay, so we want to keep on misbehaving the whole time, but we can't
Yeah,
interrupt the book. So you can be like, quietly, like,
Yeah, like, okay.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to keep doing it
Do
because,
like one.
you know, some
Yeah.
kids can't sit still during a
so sometimes go,
Do like
Yeah.
one
Okay.
interruption.
and ignore and walk away maybe, walk away and then come back.
So
So
like
that,
walk around watching the other.
and
I
whenever,
can act like I'm
whenever
writing something on the
he's-
board.
whenever he says,
Yeah,
mind
whenever
you
she's
your
got
own
her
manners,
back
go
to us.
like,
We'll be like,
I'm gonna go into the board. I'm gonna write "Mind Your Manners."
yeah.
Who's the play by?
Bernard Shaw.
Do I